This past summer, we went to a total of 5 national parks.
And over our lifetime, we've been to 20.
And our hope is to hit a whole lot more than that. So I'm Lynn.
And I'm Danny.
And welcome to RV America.
The original RV America. Having visited 20 national parks, we've seen some people do some stupid things.
Really stupid things.
Get real close to animals, wild animals.
Yeah, they think because they're in a national park, they're all tame for some reason.
Or maybe they get off of an area that it's clearly marked off that you're not supposed to get off into.
Yeah.
And all those things can and sometimes lead to major trouble.
Yeah, so we thought in this week's video, we would do what we call the National Park Stupidity Award.
Yep.
And there are lots to choose from in this category.
Yep.
There are just so many things to choose from, but we thought we would share with you some of the top ones that we have found where people have just done insanely stupid things in national parks.
You can't fix stupid.
But be sure you stay around to the end so you can see the #1 thing that we think on our list gets the top stupidity award for the national park.
Now, this young lady was in Yosemite National Park, and she thought she'd get some pictures of some cute little bears. But they were actually big bears. So she's so close that they need to scare her away, so he bluff charges her. She is so lucky that he didn't continue with that charge and tear her up. Not the brightest move for this young girl. And off camera, someone else is saying, "Hey, I got the video, I got the video." Sometimes the videos don't matter.
And this move gained you a Stupidity Award.
So next on our list is Man versus Buffalo. Now this guy, I think it's pretty obvious he's had one too many adult beverages. If you look at him, he thinks he can fight with this buffalo. Now the camera goes off scene, so we don't know if he got gored. We don't know what happened to him. This is all the video we could find on it, but this guy has to be one of the most stupid.
So here's a bright guy. He thought it was gonna be smart to get off the boardwalk at Old Faithful, and look what he does. He puts his head into the 200-degree Old Faithful, the steam coming up. He's lucky it didn't pop up right away, so he got all that heat. He did get a ticket. He was fined, and you would think that's enough to teach this guy, hey, a little common sense. But no, the next day, he's by another glacier, almost sitting on top of it. And this time, he was arrested and put in jail for just being stupid.
So next on our list is a video clip about a bear who climbs on a car.
Highway, outside of their car, with kids. So this next video will show you a buffalo jam. We ran across several buffalo jams in Yellowstone. We've seen them in state parks where they just stop on the road. Sometimes it's the warmth of the road. Sometimes it's just where they want to stop. Now, this group stops, and one woman, watch the blonde, she is walking around. You'll notice she'll end up in the grass area. Now she's sitting down so near the buffalo. She is so lucky.
This woman thinks she is a buffalo whisperer.
Now she's gotten up and gotten out into the street and right in the middle of the buffalo, and she decided that she's going to communicate with the buffalo. She's going to try to convince them to move, or she's going to try to talk to them so they'll get out of the way. Keep watching. So now she's walking around, she gets so close to buffalo, and then one responds because they feel like they're being cornered in. She is picked up by her jeans, tossed around like a rag doll. I don't know if her head got hit by the concrete. It looks like she was out for a short time. And she lost her pants. So now she's in the middle of the street with all those people, almost butt naked, just because she thought she was
The
buffalo whisperer. So not only did her stupidity put herself almost killed, she ended up in the hospital. She put all those people around her in jeopardy. And now a ranger has to go out and get her jeans off that bison's horn that just gored her, and has to risk his life because those jeans have her keys in her pocket. I went and got them. But she's got her keys back, spent time in the hospital, and you know why she's one of the top winners of our National Park Stupidity Awards.
So if you notice, a lot of these stupid awards go to people, and they happened at Yellowstone National Park. I think it's because they probably have the most wildlife and most dangerous landscape with all the hot pockets and things that are all over the place that people can get into and get themselves into trouble. It just happens that way. They also have a lot of visitors. So this shows you another example of people on boardwalks who somehow think there is a magical line that's going to keep them safe from the buffalo. And this is also an example of some wonderful parenting. If you notice, there's a guy coming up behind the people trying to tell them to get away from the buffalo. But when the buffalo actually charges, the dad drops the kid's hand and runs. The guy who tried to help them and tell him to get away is the one who reached in and saved the child from being gored. He was actually gored himself and had to spend time in the hospital. I think these parents, I don't know. I just don't have words for this one either.
So this next video shows us how some parents are not very smart. In fact, pretty stupid. If you noticed, people were way up behind the trail. They were probably too close. But this couple and their 9-year-old daughter decided to walk behind the bison, and check out what happened. The 9-year-old is tossed up in the air, and she is so lucky that she did not get killed or seriously injured.
Let's talk about boardwalks. You know, if you go to Yellowstone or a lot of other national parks, you will find boardwalks going through the parks. These boardwalks are intended to keep you safe as you go through the national parks. However, there is not an invisible fence along the side of these boardwalks protecting you from wild animals in the area.
Right.
Just because you're on a boardwalk passing a wild animal does not mean that you are protected.
Now this group of people thought it was nice to walk up on a over 2,000 pound bison, and the guy in the blue shirt, I'll put an arrow on him, is the dad. So he's got a group of kids going up, let's see how close we can get to the bison. And if you'll notice, the bison is throwing off signals, like throwing his head up in the air,
He
throwing
warned
dust up.
them that he was getting upset.
He's trying to say, hey, stupid, let me warn you.
Yeah,
So
don't get so close.
now I do want you to notice who's the first one that ran to make the buffalo start charging. That man, that parent, started running, so the buffalo started chasing all of them. So his action caused this.
Okay, so we'll give him the Parent of the Year award.
Yep. And poor Justin, running around with that bison, had to be scared out
Oh my
of his
gosh,
life.
I can only imagine. I would be terrified.
He's just lucky that that young man didn't get tossed around or like a rad dog.
Or trampled, or a lot of other things.
Yes.
Next Stupidity Award goes to two separate people. Actually, I think there's 4 or 5 people in the group, but it's 2 separate events. One guy decides that it's really smart to rescue a baby bison, I guess a calf, from a roaring river, and he gets in there and he rescues him out. And the other person actually takes a bison or a calf and puts it in the back of their little SUV and takes it down to the ranger station. In both instances, it ended very badly for the bison because the group would not accept either of them back, and they had to both be put down. I guess it was the scent of the humans on the calves that kept the herd from accepting the bisons back. Who would have thought of rescuing a baby bison? I mean, like, I just never, that would have never come to my mind, because I would have figured the mama would come back at some point and take care of them, but they get a Stupidity Award. So there are correct ways to handle yourself if a bear comes up on you and you're out on a trail or somewhere. We had that happen this summer at Glacier. We didn't have any trouble. These people are a great example of what you should do if you have a bear on the trail. We thought we would throw this in here because you need to know.
If you spray low. Yeah. touch the bear. No trouble.
Whoa.
Bear.
Whoa,
Bear.
bear.
No trouble.
No bear.
Bear. These idiots finally got
No bear. No bear.
No.
No bear.
No.
No bear.
Don't
No
want any
bear.
trouble, bear. Keep moving.
Go away, bear.
Go away.
Go away, bear.
I feel bad
Go
for
away.
the people that are
Go away,
coming
bear.
down. No. Don't want any trouble, bear.
Go away, bear. So these two bright people decided that it was smart to get off the boardwalk in Yellowstone, where there are thermal features all over. And not only did they think that was a smart idea, they thought one of them would put their hand down in 175-degree temperature. She learned real quick to get out of there and get away. And we had heard that this is possibly her father that's there helping her. So another parent that gets a Stupidity Award.
So who in their right mind thinks they can actually pet a bison? I mean, they're not big fluffy cows. They can kill you. I mean, like, I just don't have words for it. It's just crazy. She gets a Stupidity Award. So the #1 award for top stupidity in National Park goes to my drums. I so need a new set of drums.
Is Selfie with a Bison woman.
Watch this.
What was she thinking?
This girl thinks, for some unknown reason, that it's a good idea to go stand and primp in front of this buffalo,
Inches away.
inches away. And she not only holds her camera up, but she's like fixing her hair and everything. I just don't know what she's thinking. I can't even imagine. You got any ideas?
No, but she is so lucky that bison was in chill mode, or she would have been tossed around like a rag doll.
Yeah, she just better count her blessings. I did read on the internet that she was fined for this.
Should be.
Should be. It is very illegal to get that close to the buffalo.
So congratulations for being the most stupid.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you disagree with our choice for our #1 spot on our Stupidity Award, put in the comments below which one you think should have gotten #1. We'd love to hear about it. So we hope you've enjoyed this, got a little laugh out of it, but also learn the seriousness of dealing with nature and the fact that we have to respect these wild animals and the landscape and everything that goes along with it, because it's very unforgiving.
Yeah.
We're stupid.
Very dangerous. And our national parks are so beautiful to see, but there's rules. And now we understand why they put in some simple rules. Most of us understand stay far away from a bear or stay far away from a bison, but there's some that need these signs.
Until next time, God bless and many, many safe travels, guys.
And go RV, America.